We're back. Week 5 in the books. Here with Bagala.
What's up, Schwam?
Ain't shit, just another week in the books. We got week 6 coming up. My Vikings 4-1. Your Giants 4-1.
4-1. Yes,
So
yes, it is.
happy about that.
Definitely,
But yeah,
definitely.
let's get into some of these games and some waiver wire pickups that people can keep an eye out for. First game, Chicago and Minnesota. We wound up coming away with the win. Almost fucking gave it away though.
But
Again,
that's the story of the Vikings.
as usual. Trust me, I know. But luckily, we came out with the win there. But Montgomery comes back, dominates the backfield, 12 carries to 4 carries for Herbert, and then gets 4 catches for 62 yards. So Montgomery looked good on his first game back. But
Monty's a solid back.
Mooney, 2 for 52. It was nice to see Cole Kmet get involved, 4 for 45. That was nice to see. But
I
now,
drafted him. I couldn't do it. I had to release him. I had to drop him, dude.
bro, I dropped Mooney twice. Then I picked him back up
He said twice.
because I was trying to believe, but it's just not. You can't not with 5 targets a game. I mean, that he got 5 targets this game. He wasn't even getting 5 targets
No, it wasn't. It was pretty bad for Mooney,
in the
but
other game. So it's like you still can't even roster him. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but their offense is just horrible.
it's bad.
Minnesota, on the other hand, Dalvin Cook, big day, 18 for 94, 2 touches. Justin Jefferson, 12 for 154. Kirk Cousins, a touchdown throwing and rushing. You don't see that often. But
No.
yeah, so Dalvin Cook, who you were hating,
Who,
as I was,
me? I was not
yeah,
hating Dalvin.
we were talking about Dalvin one of the other episodes, but
Yeah, he got the touchdowns, but you still, I don't know. It was just he didn't get the 100 yards. He had a couple of catches. He
he
had a
didn't
solid day.
he didn't get the 100 yards, but I think he's like ninth right now in the league in rushing, and he bolted himself to the top 12 now in points with that game. Because
Yeah,
I told you I was like, he's close, bro. He's just missing some touchdowns, and he's gonna vault himself right up there. So yeah, he's looking good. He's in the top 12 now. And we're starting to see that top 12 kind of form and populate now a little bit. There's kind of
yeah,
like a top 15, 16, and then there's like a drop off. Um,
yeah. But everybody runs against the Bears. Let's see if he can keep it up a little
oh,
bit.
but he's been doing 90 yards, so obviously, yeah, you want him to have that big breakout 100-yard game, but he was averaging 82 yards from scrimmage before this game, and then he just put up what 120, 130, so he's probably averaging like 90 now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
He's a top 10 back.
he's getting there for you, but yeah, JJ obviously went buck wild. Uh, Irv Smith 4 for 42, KJ Osborne 5 for 41.
But this is what this offense wants to be. They want to throw the ball more than they want to run it. So
18 carries that's fucking plenty. He's been getting
yeah,
18,
but
20 carries, so it's fine
I
what they're
still think
doing. I don't mind it at all.
yeah. Well, they're winning right now, so that's
Yeah, well, what I'm just saying that even though they're passing the ball more, Dalvin's still getting 25 touches, like between rushing and receiving.
definitely,
So
definitely.
that's what you like to see. Um, yeah, KJ was a little more involved this game. KJ Osborne, she hasn't been. I wouldn't really say he's a waiver wire pickup, but not until he's actually involved. Somebody's got to get hurt really for him to
Yeah,
be up.
if Thielen goes down, then you would look at picking up KJ and things like that.
Um,
But then again, No, they look like they want to try and get the ball to Irv Smith also. So
Yeah,
Kirk is spreading it around right now.
well,
The only sure
other
thing,
than JJ,
yeah,
he's spreading it around.
well, yeah, but it's
Um,
not like JJ and Thielen like it was a couple of years back. You know what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
yeah,
It's
no.
JJ, it's a little bit of Irv, it's a little bit of Thielen, it's a little bit of
Well,
Osborne.
JJ is
So,
just so fucking open. Like,
well,
you know.
listen, he's awesome. So
Um,
he is going to be open.
but yeah, next game was your Giants game in Green Bay. I think I had
Dick
Hammer
slapped
on
the
here.
pack.
Yeah, I think Hammer was on here in the morning with me for a little bit, and
He was losing it. He was losing it.
no, I don't think that happened until after. But at the time, yeah, he was getting pissed off because they were just. I mean, they had the lead at the time that we were on. So he was just cruising, like, yeah, we just got to take care of business. You know, we good, we good.
Yeah,
And then it was like after we got off where shit just kind of fucking
it
fell
went
apart.
south.
And I mean, Aaron Rodgers, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 13 for 63. AJ Dillon, only 6 for 34. He hasn't really been good, really, lately. Randall Cobb,
No,
7 for 99 on 13 targets. That was a little
yeah,
surprise.
Randall Cobb turned the hands back.
So that was a little
He
surprise.
turned back time a little bit. He was good. He was
I think
good.
he had one like big play, and the rest was pretty
Yeah,
short.
yeah.
But Lazard 4 for 35, 8 targets. Tubes 3 for 29 on 5 targets. But yeah, I don't really. I guess you can say Randall Cobb is a waiver wire pickup, but I don't really expect him to get targeted like that going forward. Do you?
No, I don't. I don't know what the Packers are gonna do with their passing game. You know, but I wouldn't say, you know, that Randall Cobb's a waiver wire pickup. But the more alarming thing is AJ Dillon has not been good. He's not been finding the touchdowns. He's not getting the touchdowns in the red zone. They're going to Aaron Jones more or less. So what do you do with AJ Dillon right now?
I mean, it's gonna be hard to sell him. I think that's one.
Yeah, and you drafted him pretty high, I would think.
Um, but Green Bay just in general, I mean, I think they just need to go back to kind of what they were doing last year, like, you know, when especially when Devontae was out, where Aaron Jones is lining up at like receiver, and he's just, you know, you got Dylan in the backfield, and then you've got, you know, Aaron Jones running these little, you know, short routes, and Aaron Rodgers is just, you know, flinging it to him and
Well,
getting him the ball.
they do that,
Not
and
enough.
they actually have both of them in the backfield. They have both of them on the
That I
field
see.
for quite some time. Both of those backs get play. I just think they need somebody on the outside to come in and make a bigger impact. Dubes has been nice. Lazard is nice, but none of them are that number one wide receiver. So, and you're seeing it now that the Packers are struggling when they can't run the ball.
Yeah.
The Giants played pretty good defense in that second half. They didn't let Aaron Jones get off. They didn't let Dylan get off. You know what I'm saying? Cobb shook loose a little bit, but from you just don't see that big play ability from the Packers anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just not there without Devontae. And you're gonna find games like this when you play a good defense and your run game is stuck. It's gonna be put on those guys on the outside, and can they make a play? And Sunday they didn't. I really think the Packers were outplayed in the second half by the Giants with the defense, the blitzing. They heated up Aaron Rodgers a little bit, and and their defense, that's supposed to be a good defense, and they got carved up by Danny Nichols on a bum leg. All right, so I mean, Saquon did what he's gonna do. Um, Darius Slayton should be a waiver wire pickup. They don't have anybody else. Doesn't look like Tony's coming along at any time soon. And even if Wandell comes back, they still need an outside guy because he's a slot guy. I think Darius Slayton would be a sneaky solid pickup. He quietly had a good game
Yeah,
Sunday morning, you
yeah,
know. But
yeah. He's good. That's a good waiver wire pickup. I mean, Saquon didn't go off, but he did more. Did what he
he
needed him.
did what he had
He
to
got the
do. He had the big play. He
touchdown,
had the touchdown.
and he had some receiving yards as well. So still, over 100 yards. From
Saquon's going to touch the ball 25, 30 times a game. It's just what the Giants have to do right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to get the high touches, the 25 touches, 30 touches a game. And that's just the guy that you want on that offense. But I think Darius Slayton's a good pickup for this week.
yeah, he definitely is. Daniel Jones, 10 rushes for 37 yards. I mean, this guy's just running the ball
He,
out.
he that's what he can do, Steve. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? He has mobility, and that, mind you, that was on a hurt ankle. And last week, before the Packers game when they played, I forget who they played, the Bears. He
he,
had he had two touchdowns, two rushing touchdowns before he got injured.
I want to say he's trying to be like the Pathmark Josh Allen brand,
The value brand Josh Allen.
the
Oh,
great
but
value Josh Allen.
yeah, but that's how, they have similar skill sets. He's just not Josh Allen, and that's how Dayball is playing him. He's getting him on the edges. He's rolling him out, bootlegs, little quarterback runs on the edge. They just don't have the receivers to make an impact. And what I like to see from him, he's not turning the ball over. So
That
that's
is
a
true.
plus.
That is true.
You
He
know,
did. He
he
did.
played really good in that second half, beaten, bloody, hand swollen, cut up on the
So
bum leg, across the pond, went in there and beat Aaron Rodgers.
so are we picking Daniel Jones up as a waiver wire pickup? If you need to start somebody?
If you need a spot start, why not?
Yeah,
He gives you the rushing upside, right?
that is true.
And
Yeah,
and as long as he doesn't turn the ball over for 1 week, you could take a chance for 1 week, and you might get a big game out of him or a decent game.
definitely, definitely. Patrick,
Patrick,
what's up, Patrick?
it's been a long time.
What's up? Diggs and Hunt for Keenan Allen. Oh no, Keenan
I'm not.
Allen and Chubb. I got Bateman, AJ Brown, Jefferson, JMO, and Julio. I don't count Julio at all. I don't count JMO at all either because even when he does come back, they somehow need to try and fit him in the offense, and he might not be like 100% also. But Bateman, AJ, and Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm not in the business of trading the best asset.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
I'm not gonna trade Diggs this year. I'm just not. I got Diggs in Dynasty. People are knocking on my door for Diggs. Even in redraft, I'm not trading Diggs. That just don't make any sense. He's gonna be so good for the rest of the year. And if you have Diggs and Justin Jefferson, that's a nice tandem. I'm not trading Diggs for nothing this year.
yeah. No, I mean, Chubb has been great, but I mean, realistically, I don't think he scores 30 touchdowns. So
No.
that's gonna somehow, even itself out eventually. And Hunt has been good though. I mean, Hunt just misses the touchdown sometimes, but that's the thing is you gotta hope for the touchdown. But he's like second. Him and Chubb both lead the league in red zone attempts, both of them. I think Chubb has. I've just read it this before. Chubb has 21 and Hunt has 17. So he's getting the ball in the red zone. He's just got to score. So yeah, I'm not comfortable giving up Diggs here to go get an
Mm-mm.
RB. No, you're more Diggs is going to give you that consistent elite production where Chubb eventually is going to cool down a little bit. But yeah, I don't think you want to do that. I'd rather roll the dice with Hunt and keep Diggs, especially that Keenan Allen can't stay healthy. He's got that
He, ha-
hamstring that he's been had.
he hasn't played a game this season,
He
dude. He
played
got
week
hurt.
one, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, and then he was
and it
out.
and he's been trying to come back, and he keeps re-injuring it and re-aggravating it. So I'm not
That's gonna,
comfortable going
yeah,
out and getting Keenan Allen when you're got to give up Diggs. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that, Patrick.
yeah. No,
I think
I'm
in a waste
keeping
of
it.
season, Cleveland just focus on getting Chubb the rushing title. They might, but it's still not going to be worth giving up Diggs and Hunt, and then all you got to play is Chubb because Keenan Allen just can't stay on the field. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do then when you don't have that wide receiver?
And I know
So
you got the extra wide receiver help. You say you got AJ Brown. I don't know how you get AJ Brown and Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs. I don't know how that
I think
happens.
he traded. I think he pulled off a trade, if I remember.
Oh, okay.
I
But
think. But in some leagues,
I'm
AJ
I'm
wasn't getting picked till late, so it's possible.
yeah, but I'm keeping those receivers.
Yeah, me too. I
I'm
think.
keeping. I can't give up Diggs. He's been too good. He's just his floor is so high. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He's gonna get the targets. He gets 7 receptions a game. Like he's just too good. I can't trade him for anybody.
And honestly, I'd probably say like Hunt and Bateman are like very kind of similar. You know what I mean? Like it's not a
Mhm.
like they're similar. So I don't I don't like it. Sorry, Patrick. I don't think I like it, man. I drafted him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, AJ just probably went late. I mean, I was able to get AJ late in a few leagues. People just weren't picking him for whatever reason. Yeah, Jefferson at the 1-5. Yeah. Patrick, how are you doing in that league? I don't remember how you were doing in there. I know Keenan you got Diggs, you got Hunt, Damon, AJ Brown. You're probably killing it.
Yeah.
Diggs at 2-5 and AJ at 3-5. Yeah. Was that a 10 team or a 12 team? It could be a 10.
Had to be 8.
No, it could be a 10. Yeah, 4 months. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. Okay. Yeah, figure that. Yeah, you don't need to go be messing that shit up now, bro.
Yeah. No.
I know that Chubb is doing
Chubby's
his
going
thing.
off.
Yeah, 10 team. I know Chubb is doing his thing, but I think that you're being a little bit more biased towards your team because I know you're a Cleveland fan. Um, and Chubb
Jeez.
is great, don't get me wrong, and he could very well end up with the rushing title, but the rushing title is not going to equate to you winning your fantasy football league. If you giving up Diggs and Keenan Allen doesn't play, or keeps getting hurt. So yeah, I wouldn't do that, Patrick.
Yeah, you got a three-headed monster: Jefferson, Diggs, and AJ. Like,
Yeah,
he,
just chill, just
yeah,
roll with that,
you're
man.
gonna win most
Um,
weeks with those three alone.
but but yeah, next game was Pittsburgh at Buffalo, right? And I mean,
Dude,
Josh
Pittsburgh
Allen
is.
just went nuclear from the fucking jump. Gabe Davis, two huge bombooski fucking catches there.
I
Um,
thought I was off of Gabe Davis all week. I thought it was a big Diggs day, and Diggs did have a big day too.
yeah.
So
Well, I wasn't comfortable with Gabe Davis until finding out that McKenzie wasn't playing. Once McKenzie wasn't playing, that made, Gabe Davis a better play. But even still, I mean, 6 targets and 2 bombs. Other than 2 bombs, he's got 1 catch for like 5 yards. Like, you know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I don't know. I'm still
he's
not
boom or
fully.
bust, bro.
Yeah, he's
Who
definitely gonna
said
be
it?
boom or bust. Yeah, that's
He's
exactly
boom
what
or
he is.
bust, and when he goes boom, he goes boom. So
That's
he
he
he's
giving
been good.
he's kind of giving those well, not really. I think Mike Williams gets a little too
Deshaun
much.
Jackson vibes.
Almost like a Mike Williams, where it's like, it's either big or nothing.
Yeah, yeah, kind of.
But Diggs, of course, did his thing. Josh Allen, 5 rushes for 42 yards. Singletary had 6 for 42, looked good, I guess, on the ground, averaging 7 yards a carry. But, there's rumors going around there looking at CMC, um, possibly trying to get CMC from the Panthers.
Well, if you can get CMC, you go get CMC, and I think who guys who have CMC are gonna be that's gonna be dangerous, dude, if
Yeah,
they
but
able to pull it off.
I don't know if they will, but what that makes me now think dynasty wise is Singletary and Moss are kind of irrelevant. James Cook is there; he could still get some work, but this means that they could just go out and draft a running back next year early.
Oh yeah,
I know there
they
was talks about
yeah.
them going after Brees, but that wound up not happening. But I think next year there's a few RBs that they could go with early. That will kind of just that will get
Work along
awesome.
with Cooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with Cook, yeah,
Yeah.
but I never thought Singletary was gonna be there. Even when he was doing good early in the season, it's just you know, for a couple of years now, he just doesn't give you enough. And if he doesn't give me enough on my fantasy team, imagine how the Bills feel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think they'll move on for him after this year. I do think after the bye week, we could see more James Cook. Later on in the season, the rookies start to get going. You know what I'm saying? And I think after the bye week, maybe they switch his role up a little bit and make a concerted effort to get him the ball. I think he can bust out a couple of games down the stretch. But the Josh Allen is really good at football. We said this before. He's really good at football and he spreads the ball around and he's so good. So,
Yeah.
but I think he should have sold Singletary when he had some of those good games and got what you could get from him, because I think James Cook is going to start taking touches and targets away from him, especially targets. And
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh Steelers, Steve, they're so bad. They might have the first overall pick this year.
Yeah. Just touching on the Bills real quick. Khalil Shakur, 3 for 75 and a touchdown. I
Oh,
almost played. I almost played him once. They ruled McKenzie out, but I didn't have the cojones to. And he
he,
wound up working out. But
Yeah, he took McKenzie's spot in the slot coming out. And honestly, as a rookie, if you drafted him in Dynasty or anything, maybe as a second or third round pick in the Dynasty draft, that's pretty good to see. You know what I'm saying? He can get open, he can catch the ball. He's a little bit of explosive. What do you have? 6 for 75 and a touchdown, something like that.
three for 75.
Three
Not
for
crazy, but
75.
he did have
He had a
good
touchdown,
coverage.
right?
And he had the touchdown. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
if you do have him in
it's a
Dynasty,
good pick.
maybe not this year, but maybe next year. I don't know if McKenzie's there or not, but
Yeah, I wouldn't take it if you
you
have
hold
Shakur in the Dynasty League and you're running taxi spots. I wouldn't take him off the taxi spot this year. I'd let him sit
no,
there.
no, not yet. Yeah. Patrick said week 7 is going to be rough. Hurts, Brown, Diggs, and Jefferson all on bye. That's all right. You figure it
Yeah,
out.
but
You're 4-1. You can afford to
you
take a
can
loss
afford a
and
loss.
be and have fucking full force the rest of the season.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's the one there's always that one bad part about the buys where if everyone's on the same buy, but then there's also the other part of it where you have your full team all the rest of the weeks, all your big guns. So, there's still an advantage to it. And being that you're 4-1, I wouldn't make a trade just because of that. If
yeah, and plus you
if that's what's making you look at that even more.
and Pat, you're 4-1. Like, you gave yourself some room, some leeway where you can afford to drop a game there because you don't have your big guns. But like Steve said, after week 7, you have three of the biggest guns in the league full and ready to roll, and you'll be a demon down the stretch.
Who do I stash trying to steal points on my week 7 matchup? My opponent's QB is Brady. I got Julio on the bench. Should I swap out with Miller? Wait, who's Miller? Should I swap out with Miller?
Um, Scotty Miller, I'm thinking.
Scotty Miller? Um, no, or Rashad White. What do you mean
I think
steal
it,
points? I mean, are you trying to just play somebody on the Bucks just because he has Brady? I wouldn't do that. I mean, if you've got better options, I don't know. I'm not playing Scotty. Why would no? I'm not playing Scotty.
no, if
Thielen is
if
there, Evans is there. No, I'm not playing Scotty or
yeah,
Julio.
but if like you shouldn't try and like I understand what he's saying, stealing points, and if you're gonna go with that, it should be Rashad White. You're gonna play Rashad White, but don't get so caught up in stealing points as to like think about who's gonna give you the most points. If you
Yeah,
have a better option than playing one of those three guys, and just because you're thinking that you want to steal some points, a couple of points is not going to really matter. None of these guys are really going to go off. It's not like he has Josh Allen and you have Diggs. then you know what I'm saying. You're safe. But here, if you don't have a better option, you play Ricard White. But if you do, don't worry about stealing the points. Play the better option. Play the better matchup.
Yeah, because if he doesn't score points and Brady throws it to someone else, then what? Then you're screwed, right?
Then you're screwed.
So yeah, don't do that, Patrick. I wouldn't do that. And then if it's a 10-team league, there's definitely somebody better to play than Miller
Yes.
or White. Which is why I was like, Miller. Who the fuck is Miller? Because
Mm-hmm.
especially in a 10-team league, nah, you're not trying to play Scotty Miller. There's definitely a better option to play out there. Put the best team out there that can score the most points for you to win, regardless of who's on the other team. You never worry about who's on that other team. You got to put your best team out there for you to score the most points, because the more points you score, the better chance you have of winning. And I
Yeah.
know
Now,
sometimes
if
it
it's
sucks.
close,
If it's
go
what?
ahead, Steve.
No, I was gonna
Now I
say
was
I know
going to
sometimes it
say if.
sucks. I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna say sometimes it sucks. Like, yeah, he's got Brady and I've got Evans. So if he throws it to Evans, it doesn't really matter. But you can't just look at it that way.
Yeah, but that's like that's what bigger guys, bigger matchups. You know, Evans is going to get most of the work. So you would play Evans to steal points, but like smaller guys like this, it won't be enough. It won't be enough to steal because they're not going to get enough targets. Now, if you put your best, you feel you put your best lineup out there, and it's close between Richard and another guy, then maybe you think, all right, let me play Richard. You know,
No,
if
you
it's
got Hunt
close,
though. You got Hunt, right? So you got to play
yeah,
Hunt.
he got Hunt, so
Yeah, I mean matchup wise, that week is so far who I got is no QB. I mean, my matchup this week so far, no QB, Dobbins, Brian Robinson, Bateman, wide receiver 2 is Julio or JMO. What? Ertz, Hunt, Edmonds, San Fran defense, and my bench. You got to be able to drop somebody to be able to pick up somebody. I mean, Julio is pretty much
Julio is
droppable at
droppable.
this point. JMO is droppable. I mean, I know it's an exciting name and he's a rookie, but I mean,
You just
that
don't know
team
when
is
he's going to
scoring.
come
That
back.
team is scoring. That team is scoring like 30, fucking 40 points a game. They're not going to change what they're doing, to do something else. They're going to try and have to fit JMO in there somehow. And especially being that he's just coming back the first
They're
season.
not going to push him. If they kept him out this
Yeah,
long, they're not going to push him to play. He might not even see the field. Julio and
Josh
James.
Reynolds is doing his thing too. I mean, there's no like rush to throw him in, like.
No, there's not. But if he's healthy enough to get on the field, they're going to put him on the field. But Julio and Jamos, they're droppable. You can drop them right now,
Yeah, definitely.
unless Jamos on his way back and you want to keep him. But Julio shouldn't even be rostered right now.
No, yeah, it's not worth it. I know everybody loves the name and everything, but it's not really worth it there. Um, but yeah, just play whoever you can play. Try and get the best that you can play out there. You've got Dobb. Do you have to play Brian? I mean, Brian Robinson, I guess, is not a bad play now that he's back, but Bateman on Edmonds, yeah. I mean, you just got to roll with what you have. But I definitely get someone else at wide receiver. I'm not playing Julio or JMO.
Maybe Rondell Moore's out there. Alex Pierce is a good name to try and pick up and play.
Yeah, maybe
Both
Alex.
are better. Both are better options than Julio and Jameson.
Whoever I don't pick a wide receiver too. Yeah. Um, yeah, see what other wide receivers are out there. There's got to be some decent guys. But all right, Pittsburgh on the other hand, Kenny Pickett throws the ball fucking 50 times. Um, crazy. But Najee, 11 carries for 20 yards. I don't think he had any reception. He had 3 for 16 reception wise. Pickens 6 for 83 on 8 targets. Deontay 5 for 60, but peppered with 13 targets. Even Claypool had 5 for 50 for 9 targets. But
Well, he threw the ball 50 times.
but yeah, I mean Deontay still is dominating the target share. But Pickens does look good as that wide receiver 2 there. Now in Pittsburgh, I think I like it. I don't like Chase Claypool's dead to me now.
Yeah, I don't think they like Claypool. in Pittsburgh.
No, I don't
And
think so.
he's not being worked into the offense like he was before. I haven't seen him. Did he have any rushes last week? Usually he gets a rush here or there. They haven't been working that in. Pittsburgh's bad, and the story with Pittsburgh is going to be the story for the rest of the season. They cannot block. And when you cannot block, you fail to run the ball, things get difficult. It's sad to see what's happened with Najee this year. He's getting hit before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. Najee's value is so way down. Um, yeah, like you said, Deontay's getting peppered with targets. Kenny Pickett, they threw it 50 times. Oh, we'll see. I doubt that they throw it 50 times again. That's just too much for a rookie quarterback. But yeah, I guess if you have a guy on this roster, it's Deontay, and at least he's gonna get the targets. But that's the same thing with Najee. He's gonna get the work, but are they gonna be able to get to do anything with it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I think I'm a lot more comfortable with Deontay because even though he's not scoring the touchdowns, he's still getting some catches and yards, and
Well, yeah, in
hopefully,
PPR,
hopefully,
absolutely.
hopefully the touchdowns come eventually. But yeah, it's hard for
I
both of
don't
them
know.
right now.
It's rough in Pittsburgh right now. You don't think that offensive line situation is going to change, and as long as it is the way it is, it's going to be hard for this team to score points, and it's going to be hard for their players to score fantasy points, and that's just it. They cannot control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Chargers and Browns, on the other hand, that was a really good game.
Yeah,
Caleb, what's up,
Brandon
Caleb? Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Um,
Brandon Staley just tries to give away the game every week on fourth downs, dude.
yeah, I don't know, but
He keeps going for it on fourth down.
I mean, they won.
Yeah, but what was that at the end of the game?
I know that was a little crazy because they were on like their no, there was like crazy good field position. I don't remember where exactly
Yeah,
they were on the field. So yeah, that was a little crazy. But listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, that's what he does. I mean, they still wind up winning, so it doesn't matter in the end. But Herbert touchdown, 228. Eckler, another fucking humongous day for Eckler. But Joshua Kelly seems really involved. He's a good waiver wire guy. Maybe you can go out there and get because I
maybe.
mean, we all thought Isaiah Spiller was going to be, somebody, and he's just not.
Well, like I said, wait for he got injured in the preseason. Wait for after the bye. Maybe they work
He's
him
still
in.
hurt. Is he hurt?
No, he's not hurt anymore, but he got hurt in the preseason. Maybe he just doesn't know the offense. But these rookies tend to come along, down the stretch, and so maybe not. Maybe Eckler gets injured. Who knows? But Joshua Kelly did look good.
Yeah. So Joshua Kelly's a good guy. You can kind of go out and get there. Mike Williams, 10 for 134. I love it. 13 targets. I have him in a few leagues. Obviously, did his thing. Hopefully, he can keep that up if Keenan Allen ever even comes back. I mean, I don't know
Oh,
at this
that's gonna
point.
yeah, that's
You
gonna
know,
be the thing, right? Can
it's
can
gonna
he
linger
keep those
on.
numbers up
Yeah.
when Keenan comes back? If Keenan comes back,
I don't know. Palmer, I mean, only 3 for 24, so he wasn't as involved as you'd like him to be. Everything just went towards, Mike Williams. Gerald Everett, very disappointing. One,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
but Chubby doing his damn thing. Another 2 touchdowns for Chubb. Hunt comes out with a touchdown. But yeah,
yeah,
Patrick. I mean, Hunt just scored the touchdown, bro. Don't be getting rid of Hunt. You could
yeah.
roll. You could roll with that in the flex. Ain't no problem with that. But yeah, touchdown on Ninto for Jacoby. He actually got. I actually won a underdog thing. I won $50 this week. I had Jacoby going over like 215 yards.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, Joku again.
Joku's big, bro. Joku's really good, and I can't wait. I hope that Cleveland's playing meaningful football by the time Deshaun comes back, because I really want to see Deshaun to Njoku. because he's doing this thing. He's doing this thing with Brissett. Just imagine with an upgrade at quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see if he's kind of still got that connection with him there. But Amari Cooper, 7 for 76 on a touchdown, 12 targets. It was nice to see him get back on track. Peoples Jones, 4 for 50.
Yeah, Amari's been solid. I think everybody thought once Cooper was, Deshaun was suspended, that Amari was just going to have a bad season up until he comes back. And
I
that's been the
know.
difference. I mean, he's been a little hit or miss. He'll give you a big game and then he'll kind of disappear. But excuse me, you got to kind of expect that with Brissett at quarterback. But
He's
he looks good this season. He's
he's
healthy.
he's kind of where I kind of thought he'd finish the season. Right now, he's wide receiver 18 and half PPR. And I figured he'd finish around there, anywhere between like 15 to 25, maybe, depending how good he was, and with Deshaun especially. But he has been kind of hit or miss. So hopefully he gets some consistency going forward. But
Well, he's healthy, and that's the main thing right now. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the shocker of the week, the dismantling Patriots just put on the Lions, uh,
I
29.
wouldn't call it a shocker.
I mean, I would. I mean, yeah, they
I,
don't have Swift, but did any of us think that number one, Detroit would be shut out, and number two would be fucking 30 to nothing? I didn't expect that. I expected the Patriots they could win, but I didn't. No, I didn't expect that, especially since the Lions have been scoring damn 40 points a damn game. Like,
yeah, but I knew the Patriots had a pretty solid defense. I didn't think that they get shut out, but I didn't think
that's what
they
I'm
would go
saying.
crazy either. But they held your boy in check, Amon Ra, and yeah, that was a little weird. I'm not even gonna lie, that was a little weird.
What
They
zero
that
point
the
what?
Lion, yeah, the Lions been scoring 30 points a game. Then all of a sudden they just drop a donut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I
guess
think.
it's the same old Lions.
Yeah, I think St. Brown was taking it easy. He should have just took an extra week off. I mean,
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's like,
He only played 32% of the snaps, so he wasn't out there. Obviously, when he's out there, he's at 32% of the snaps, still finished four of 18 with 6 targets on 30% of the snaps. Like, they should have just kept him out another week like Swift. That kind of upset me. It did.
yeah, they should have. You're a bad team. What was it? Just didn't make any sense when you have the bye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought that if he was going to play, he was going to be straight good to go. And that's it. But obviously, that wasn't the case. Josh Reynolds, again, 6 for 92, did his thing. Jamal Williams, 15 for 56, hasn't gone crazy like he did. But on the other hand, the guy me and you have been talking up, Stevenson, with Harris going out, just was the workhorse. 25 for 161, another two catches for 14 yards.
And they say this hamstring for Harris is going to make him miss multiple games. And I think it's Stevenson season. I think it's going to be hard for Harris to get that job back or be the lead back out of there. I think when he does come back, it's a more of a complementary role behind Stevenson. And I think this is Stevenson's backfield now. He catches the ball, he runs the ball. I like Ramondre. He's really good.
Yeah, Jacoby 7 for 111 and a touchdown. He's a guy. If he's on waivers, go grab him. That's a good pickup. It looks like Zappy likes him too, coming in thinking he's young Tom Brady.
Well, he's the number one wide receiver. Even when Mac is in there, he sees the most of the targets. They trust him. He's sure-handed. Last year, he had a really good season. He just had one touchdown. Now you see, he's picking it up. I think he's going to go over 1,000 yards again. This time with more touchdowns. I like Jacoby.
Yeah. Patrick says available wide receivers: Gage, Cobb, MVS, Mooney, Elijah Moore, Richie James. I don't even count Richie James. Andrew Hardman, AJ Green, Zacharias. Um, and the one I like especially, week 7 versus the Bears, Devontae Parker. Um, So you looking to play somebody just for week 7? Are we talking about just for week 7 here, or for the rest of the season? I forgot.
Well, he has three. He has three receivers on the bye
Oh,
week
right.
7.
Um,
Hardman is not bad. Mooney is not bad.
uh,
And what more is that? Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore or
I would
MVS.
play Elijah Moore.
I would play MVS over Hardman. I don't like Hardman. He's not involved enough for me. So for me, it's between Elijah Moore, Mooney, MVS, Gage, and Cobb.
He needs three.
Yeah, I like. Damn, I can't believe I don't know if I'm gonna say this. Gage, Cobb, and MVS. It's definitely a rough one. I think
That's rough.
if you want to pick just one, I think I'd go with MVS, just because anybody can get.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so rough. But yeah, I think I'd go with MVS.
Where do you
Keep
see
an eye on
MVS?
Elijah Moore
Oh
though.
yeah,
Once Elijah Moore keeps playing with Zach Wilson, maybe he does get more involved. Rondell Moore, yeah, go grab Rondell Moore, bro. That's easy. Boom. Yeah,
yeah. That's easy.
definitely go get Rondell Moore, bro. That's it. That's a nice pickup for you there. He's healthy now. He's involved, obviously. And he jumps right into what Dortch was doing. So he's gonna see, nice targets. He's not gonna see a lot of yardage probably, but he's gonna see, a bunch of targets. So
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
go
like
do
I
that.
like Rondell Moore. I have him on a few teams.
Yeah, definitely go get Rondell Moore. That would be a good one. What's up, Marcos? Thanks for joining in, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't for us there. What defense should I pick up? Jacksonville versus Indy. Hold on, let me go to these.
Excuse me.
Jacksonville versus Indy. Rams versus
Panama. They're going against Panama. The
Panthers.
Panthers.
Oh, the
Rams
Panthers.
versus
I
Panthers.
probably auto corrected. I was like, wait a second. Or
Yeah, yeah,
Eagles versus Dallas. Now, this is one actually I think we answered the last week where I went with Dallas D and you went with Eagles D. I won that because Dallas scored a touchdown. But
Oh, here we go.
now we've got another week. We've got Jackson versus Indy, who hasn't been great. And I
I
think
don't.
JT's still out, right? Is
I'm
JT?
not sure. They don't know yet. They don't know yet.
You've got Rams versus the Panthers, and the Panthers have been absolutely horrible, but they are playing without Baker Mayfield now, so maybe PJ Walker does a little something. Or
Oh, now it's maybe without Baker, right?
or
Polish. If you
or
watch this, listen to what he said before
or
the
is it
season.
Eagles versus Dallas? PJ Walker's the truth, bro.
Don't Polish. This is directly to Polish. Polish knows. Polish
Oh
knows.
God. All right. So we got Eagles versus Dallas. We've
Give
got
me
Rams
LA
versus
versus
Panthers.
Carolina.
Yeah, I
I'm
think I
taking
like
LA.
I like the or the Jacksonville. I don't mind either.
Yeah, but I'm taking LA. The Panthers have been so bad,
But yeah,
and now they're coming with their third string quarterback. I mean, PJ Walker is a nice player, but Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Panthers are struggling to move the ball. They just fired their coach. Everything's going to be changed. Like, this is a bad week for the Panthers. I'm taking the Rams D.
um, man, this is I think shit, man. I think I like the Jaguars D, bro.
I don't know,
It's
man.
a
I
tough
like
one.
them.
I think you go with the Rams unless JT's not playing. If JT's not playing, maybe you do go Jacksonville. But otherwise, I think you would go with the Rams. Eagles D's been good, but Dallas can score a little bit, and I don't
Cooper
love.
Rush showed he's a real deal.
But yeah, I think I like the Rams, man. Panthers just haven't been good, even though they're gonna mix it up now with PJ Walker. I think you just gotta play that matchup and that offense that's just been so horrible. So Marcos, we are both gonna go with the Rams there.
What's the
And
next game,
yeah,
Steve?
Patrick says that one as well.
Yeah.
Hopkins will be back. I know, but I'm still gonna play Rondo more. Even though Hopkins will be back, it'll be his first game back.
His first game, yeah.
But yeah. Don't let Stevie flip because I'm sitting here saying that a team can win with Baker, but he flip flopping. I'm not saying they can't, but I mean, look,
Patrick knows to wait.
They fired the coach finally. They fired the coach finally. So
Patrick knows.
That could be something. But me and Patrick were always on the same page about it. I mean, they've got to try and get DJ Bull the ball more.
Yeah, he said, "Nah, Bog, don't let Steve flip flop. You're flip flopping. See,
what am I flip flopping
might be strong.
They haven't been good with Matt Rule. So now that they don't have Matt Rule, maybe fucking they'll be better. But the fact that they weren't like trying to scheme him in shit was just so annoying. Even the announcers were like, "What the fuck are they doing?" But yeah, maybe PJ Walker comes in with some sauce, bro. Bro, fuck Baker right now. I don't give a fuck. All right.
But you flipping on Baker.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to be like, all right, come on, Baker. Give him some fucking hope. All right. Because he has been the best quarterback.
Let him know, Pat. Call him to the carpet.
He is the best quarterback that DJ has played with so far. But he's been shit. So fuck it, bro.
Call him to the carpet. I love it.
Baker's
Patty.
been a fucking puke. Baker's been a puke. Ain't no flipping. I gave him his chance. I gave him fucking more than enough time, and he hasn't proven shit. So I'm done with Baker. I'm done.
I'm done.
All right. Anyway, Seattle, New Orleans. This was a fucking crazy game for Taysom Hill. If you played Taysom at tight end, you fucking balled out.
Yeah.
Why he's even allowed to play tight end when he has one catch on the season is beyond me. They need to.
It doesn't matter, dude. He's a player.
Yeah, he's a player. But if you're able to play quarterback, you can't be allowed to play him at another position. That's like the rough part. It's like, where do you draw the line? And who the fuck made him tight end anyway? He was like what, RB/QB?
No, he came in saying he was a quarterback, but Sean Payton turned him into a tight end and just made him into this gadget player, but he's listed as a tight end.
Listed as a tight end so that they can keep him on the squad. That's why that's tight end. Because otherwise they don't got room. But anyway.
Hey, listen, he's a weapon.
He is a weapon. Nonetheless, but obviously, other than this game, he hasn't done much. He gets, a few touches a game. But this game, he got involved a lot more. Maybe that was because, Jameis Winston was out, or maybe that's because they want to integrate him a lot more.
Well, you saw it. You saw it in the game when they were in London. They tried to incorporate him a little bit, and it's just smart, bro.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But this week was a lot.
That's because Seattle's defense just let him run wild, and once he started running wild, Dennis Allen was like, okay, let's do that again, and they just couldn't stop him. So he's a weapon, man.
Yeah, so Taysom had a game. Alvin Kamara's back apparently, 6 for 91.
Oh yeah, he's back.
23 for 103. So he had a bunch. Olave had the touchdown, 4 for 54.
But he got knocked out.
Or he got knocked out.
And that scares me. He was gonna. He looked to be on his way to a big game too.
Hopefully he'll be okay. Well, he's all they got because he can't stay on the field. But DK 5 for 88 in a touchdown. Also had a touchdown called back. Penny obviously done for the season, so Kenny Walker comes in and just
Kenny Walker season
has a 69-yard run that everybody's.
And I think, and I think Kenny Walker is going to be good. I told you he's going to take this backfield either by injury or just beating Penny out. This is Penny's thing. He plays 4 games in a season, he gets hurt, and then he's done. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's been for his career, and it's sad, but it's Kenny Walker season. I think Kenny Walker, if nobody drafted him, he's a good waiver wire pickup out there, Kenny Walker. I don't know why nobody wouldn't pick him up if they picked up Penny, but
yeah, I think
check if he's out there.
I think it depends on how deep the league is. I mean, if you're in a 12 or 14 team league, he's not going to be out there most likely. But otherwise, if he is, go and grab him. Same thing with Taysom. Geno, fucking 3 touchdowns. This guy's looking like fucking damn
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana over here now. But yeah, he had a great game. I see it bad. But nah, fuck Baker now, bro. Fair weather fan. I don't know what that means. I remember that year Denver didn't have a QB. Who all besides me played Kendall Hinton as a flex, and that didn't complete a pass. Yeah. That wasn't a smart. But I do remember that game because everybody had COVID or some shit like that.
Yes.
Same kind of dilemma comes up with Hill. Yeah, it's. But then again, I mean, if you're playing him at tight end, it's worth it because at tight end it's like hit or miss anyway, regardless. So you're either gonna get fucking 10 points or you're gonna get nothing. So or you get fucking 40 points. So
Whenever they're down in the red zone, there's a big possibility that they might bring him in and run him with the ball.
yeah. But Jets Dolphins, Jets enjoyed them.
Whoa, Brees is coming out party, bro.
Brees has taken over finally. Raheem Mostert seems like he's the guy they want to give the ball to now over there. 18 carries for 113. Cheetah ended up in a walking boot at the end of the game. I don't know how severe that is, so you got to keep an eye on that. But other than that, I mean, nobody did anything for the wide receiver wise for the New York Jets.
Well, the Dolphins are struggling. They don't have Tua, kid. They're reeling right now. They had to play Skylar Thompson.
Well, yeah,
because Petty got knocked out.
That was bullshit, though. He passed everything, but they were saying that the
new rules
said something. That was dumb because he was fine. But I mean, I guess they have to fucking protect their asses. But other than
now they do because what happened with Tua? If any,
that's what I'm saying. So I mean, other than that, nothing really happened there. Bucks Falcons. Brady winds up 52 fucking attempts. Lenny had a big day, 10 for 83.
And Tommy's back, bro. It was a slow start to the season. He didn't have any of his guys. He was throwing to who God knows who. But now Godwin's back. Mike Evans is off suspension. Russell Gage looks like he's beginning to come along and get healthy. A good name coming out of the Bucks. Cade Otton, the tight end there. I think he had like 6 targets yesterday. Tom Brady was looking for him. So, yeah.
Yeah, he was, but they always mix around those damn tight ends, and it's so hard. Hopefully he stays involved like he was. I mean, it was a good sign that he did have, the 7 targets. I know we got a couple questions on whether to play him or not, but you couldn't just plug him in and play him out of nowhere. I mean, he could have, but it's hard to actually do that,
No, well, he had a few targets in the Sunday night game against Kansas City, and he looked decent. So I understand why the questions came in. It's just maybe this is a game now that you see that. All right, after Evans, after Godwin, where was he throwing the ball? And Cade Otton got 6-7 targets, and now you can feel comfortable saying, all right, I can trot him out there. If he's going to get 6 targets as a tight end, I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Drake London, 4 for 35, quiet day for him. And Algier, 13 for 45, but Avery Williams is the one that gets the touchdown. They're just kind of mixing everybody in there. Algier's like the guy in between the numbers, I guess, but just not very.
Yeah. And I think Huntley's also in front of Avery Williams too.
Yeah, and I mean, this just kind of, I don't know, Algier is not the guy for the future. I think that's kind of what this. They could just go out and fucking draft the RB next year. But
they could, but Algier also has time to break out. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't had that signature game yet. So we'll figure out find out more down the line. I think this matchup was bad for any Falcons running backs. I will say that the Buccaneers have a tough defense, especially against the run.
All right, Titans at Commanders. Titans wound up winning. We were just talking about this the other day. Like Titans just wind up fucking finding a
They
way.
just win. You know, Steve, what I heard, I heard I was watching a podcast, and I think it was AJ Hawk or whatever, or I forget who it was,
Yeah,
but they was like, are the Giants the new Tennessee Titans? Just they have a top all world running back, you know what I'm saying? A mobile quarterback, a good enough defense. And right now they're finding ways to win games, just like the Titans just find ways to win games behind, Derrick Henry. So I thought it was pretty cool. And they do kind of mirror each other a little bit. Tough defense, all world running back. They really don't got receivers right now, but they find a way to win games. And if Daniel Jones can be a little bit Ryan Tannehill-ish, you know what I'm saying? Where he makes plays with his feet and doesn't turn the ball over. Who knows?
yeah,
Titans won the AFC last year. It was the one
yeah.
seed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's killing me. They gave Miles Gaskin more than Edmonds. That's why I never loved Edmonds, bro. That's why I'm always out on Edmonds. And I know he's scored touchdowns and he had a good couple weeks, but this was like why I didn't want Edmonds. I pick Edmonds in any ask about starting sick because I know eventually he was just gonna fade out.
Hey, I thought Edmonds was poised to take over this Miami backfield, especially with where
First,
they was going with wanting to throw the ball. I thought that he'd be really good. Maybe he's better when Tua comes back. So Patrick, I wouldn't drop him just yet. Because I do think when Tua comes back, they're gonna want to throw the ball a lot more than they're doing right now. But I think they're running it out of necessity, and with their power running game comes Raheem Mostert.
well, yeah, I mean, now that Mostert is healthy, you're seeing that Mostert, they want to give the ball to Mostert. So, I mean, that just limits Edmonds now, where I was on page with you. I thought that in the beginning of the season he would take over, but he hasn't. So, speaking of the Falcons and the NFL app league, Avery Williams ain't even available, and I knew he would be the guy. I mean, he's not a guy. I mean, Tyler Algier still had the most carries and had the most work, but they're just giving the ball to everybody where, Algier has a chance to take over the backfield this year, but I don't think that happens because Cordell Patterson is going to come back, and then Algier's just nothing again. And that's the
Yeah,
problem is that Algier is not good enough to hold that position, which why I think for the future Algier is not the guy. But that's just my opinion.
well, I still think the jury's out, and I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to ride with the hot hand here, and they're gonna see who takes this job. You know what I'm saying? There's basically a competition on the field. They're just looking for the running back to take this job. Algier, because of his draft capitals getting the first shot, he has to do more than having 2-3 yards per carry. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he will, but we also got to understand the Falcons are on a very good team. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
they're not. No, they're not. But I just, yeah, I don't think, especially with his draft capital, I just don't think they're going to go with him going forward after this year. But he could definitely take over this year. He resembles CPAT the most. NFL is not way well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're just giving everybody the ball there. Only was a one hit wonder for us, the Browns. Yeah, patience with Algier. Yeah, I guess. Mike Williams or Gabe Davis. Jesus Christ of the league. I love that name. Thanks for tuning in, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't already for us there. But
is
Mike
Keenan
Williams or Gabe
playing?
Davis. Huh?
Is Keenan playing? If Keenan's hurt, if Keenan's not playing, you're gonna play Mike Williams, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, but
Yeah.
if
See if
Keenan
they're
is playing, then this is a question.
No, he remains day to day. So I think I'm still going with Mike Williams, even if Keenan does decide to play, because that shit could fucking erupt again in the damn first quarter. I mean, he's just not sitting out long enough for this thing to heal. And
Yeah, he's not healthy.
so yeah,
He just
I'm still gonna play Mike Williams. I love Gabe Davis. Well, I don't love Gabe Davis. I'm lying. Let me stop.
yeah,
I like
you
Gabe
are.
Davis
See,
as
you
a
was gonna
player.
flip flop again.
I
You
like
was
Gabe
gonna
Davis.
flip flop
I like
again.
Gabe Davis as a player. I love the idea of playing him in like a flex position, but you can't count on him week in and week out. Isaiah McKenzie was missing last game, but even still, Gabe Davis had 3 catches. It's just not going to happen like that all the time. So I'm definitely rolling with Mike Williams. He's been really good lately. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
give
for
me some
me,
Mike Williams too.
yeah, I think it might be Mike Williams, even if Keenan Allen was healthy, to be honest with you. But I don't know. Even
He's
then,
getting
maybe
a
it's a
consistent work.
conversation at that point. But
It
point is,
is a conversation at
Keenan
that point.
Allen's not healthy, so right now, no conversation. Mike Williams. Are you with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks.
What? No, don't flip flop,
But
Steve.
screwing
First you
Atlanta.
flip flop with Baker, and now you're like, "Oh, I love Gabe Davis." You know damn
Well,
well
I
you don't love
lied.
no
That's why.
damn
That's why
thing.
I said, my bad. I lied. I meant to say like I love the idea of playing Gabe Davis. It just didn't come out right. So listen, I've been the biggest offer of Gabe Davis. What's screwing Atlanta's Mariota at QB? Yeah, I mean Desmond Ritter's okay, but they're not going to be much better with Desmond Ritter. I don't think Desmond Ritter is the answer either. But
No, he's not. Not right now.
Patrick says always Mike Williams. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Keenan opens up more from Mike Williams, definitely. And just the fact that Keenan can't stay healthy, so and even with him coming back, if he comes back again, I'm still not comfortable with Keenan Allen. So yeah, we're
Yeah, he
rolling.
might pull it again.
We're going with Mike Williams. He's getting old. That thing lingers. But yeah, on Washington side, Brian Robinson, 9 carries. Diami Brown, 2 catches for 105, 2 touchdowns. I mean,
Flash in the pan. I
I
mean,
wouldn't
if
go
you
out
want,
there and pick him up.
yeah,
I mean,
if you're desperate and you need a desperate, or you want to just stash him on the bench, maybe. But that was weird.
yeah, Dotson will be back. So I mean,
Yeah,
Tennessee, nothing really to talk about there other than the king, of course. Patrick says that's right. Bagel, I call it shit out. Yeah, listen, I said it right off. I said my bad. I lied, bro. I don't love fucking. And Patrick, I don't
see,
love Gabe Davis.
I,
I'm
I,
always
I,
talking some shit about Gabe Davis. I didn't
see
mean
my
to say
man
it.
Patty.
It just came out. I don't know why. Trying to
You
spread
lying today, Steve?
trying to spread the love there, but listen, Baker. Let's not even go there. I'd rather take Davis Mills at this point. Uh,
Oh my God! Next game,
Texans Jags. This was a low scoring shit fest.
Jesus.
But Damian Pierce, 99 yards and a touchdown. Look, 26 carries. I mean, wasn't crazy efficient, but he is dominating, getting the
He's the
ball back.
RB1.
My guy Nico Collins starting to break out just a little bit, 4 for 65. They're just not good offensively, so it's tough. Brandon Cooks 4 for 20. He's in the dumps, man.
Yeah, it don't look like he's getting 1,000 this year.
No, 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 no.
But what more or less what I was disappointed in Jacksonville. It's like after this Eagle game, after the Eagles game, after them being up 14-0 on the Eagles, they have just played horrible football. And I thought I did not I thought they were a really good team. They need to pick it up. Christian Kirk, he had 3 targets last week. You have to get him the ball. You have to throw him the ball more. He's your best receiver. You know what I'm saying? James Robinson didn't do anything. He was non-existent. I think we're starting to see ETN take over a little bit
I
more.
told you.
I
Let's
think
go. Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, they didn't play good. Trevor Lawrence, for everything he was doing in the first 3 games, these last 2 games have just been really bad football. He needs to tighten up a little bit, stop with the turnovers and things like that, and get Christian Kirk the goddamn ball. You know, I don't know. When you get him the ball, good things happen.
But
But
yeah,
there was that's disappointing because I thought the Jags had turned the corner.
Marvin Jones is starting to get the ball. 7 for 104. Ingram 6 for 69. ETN
Ye-
3 for 43. ETN 10 for 71 on the ground. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, James Robinson
yeah.
not it. I've been trying to tell y'all, and y'all been shitting on me because I know James Robinson has been producing, so I can't really say much. But I'm telling you that it's gonna come. It's gonna come in time. Um, Patrick says, "I'm surprised you didn't jump on the Kwame Brown. The Diami Brown. No, hell no, bro. You're not on 2 targets, 3 targets, bro. For 1 for 3 weeks, she was on the Curtis Samuel train. Yeah, because Curtis Samuel gets targeted, and they're trying to get him the ball, even
And
though he
I'm
hasn't produced. They're still trying to get him the ball. Where this Diami Brown is a one-hit wonder for this
And
franchise.
I'm with you, Steve, on Curtis Samuel. He's getting a ton of targets. Like Carson Wentz is feeding him. De'Ami Brown just hit,
Yeah, he hasn't produced the last couple games,
but
maybe,
he's
but
still getting the targets.
Yeah, Carson Wentz has been shit. So I mean, that you just got to take with the shit offense. But
Mhm.
you want to play guys and you want to go after guys that actually are getting the football, getting targeted the football. Yeah, yes, I argue with Chicken all the time. Yes, targets don't equal points, but you need targets to get points. All right.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Don't lecture me again, Stevie, for being a negative presence in the chat. I would never, cuz.
So we meet.
It's only me here, homie. Yeah, it's only you tonight, Patrick. Tuesdays, it depends. Sometimes people get on late or a little bit later, but yeah, we appreciate you, brother.
Definitely, definitely.
But yeah, Baker, don't give me shit about Baker. No. All right,
We're gonna give you shit
49,
about this.
49ers versus Baker Mayfield. Uh, 37-15. PJ Walker comes in and goes 5 for 6 for 60 yards. DJ Moore, 4 for 59, 8 targets. Shy Smith, nobody gives a shit about Shy Smith, unfortunately. We like you as a person, though, Shy, and as a football player, but just not in fantasy.
Oh,
Um,
you never know. He's working his way up, and if you have Shy Smith and Dynasty, you may have picked him last year or whatever. Keep him on your taxi. If you don't have to release him, don't release him. He's getting a little bit of work now at least, and I think with a better quarterback, um, he might get a little bit more.
but yeah, CMC, 7 for 50, 12 targets. They just go to CMC on the little RB in every
He
fucking.
got the touchdown, right?
He did get the touchdown, 14 for 54. Jeff Wilson again, 17 for 120 with the touch. Tevin Coleman, I don't know where the fuck this guy came from, but they're playing Tevin Coleman now.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it,
8
dude.
for 23. Ayuk, the leading receiver, 3 for 58. Debo's all the way down here somewhere. Let me see if I can find him.
Don't. You see what you do.
Oh yeah, there he is, 2 for 20.
He got
Behind,
the
right behind
touchdown.
Juice Chick, who had 2 for 27. But Debo had the touchdown, so I guess you got to give him that.
He
Um,
did have the touchdown. Hold
but
on
yeah,
one
Kittle,
second.
5 for 47. Kind of the ball to Kittle a little bit. Nobody really there worth talking about or picking up. Um, but let's get into the Cowboys and the Rams. So I like Samuel. I agree about targets. Yeah, no, we're not flopping. I don't love Gabe Davis. I caught myself right away. I was like, whoa,
Yeah,
hold up. I fucking
you
hate
did.
Gabe
Yeah,
Davis.
you did.
I'm one of the biggest Gabe Davis haters there is out there.
Yes,
Uh,
you are.
but
But
it's okay. Yeah,
Swan, we
and
got we got to
he can
give you
do
shit, Swan.
he can do good. He's in the fucking high powered offense. Don't get me wrong. He's just not like a great receiver. Like doesn't
Yeah.
run great routes. Like if you see the plays he scores on, it's busted coverages and fucking just bombs on perfect throws from Josh Allen fucking
It
cannon of
wasn't a
an arm.
busted coverage yesterday when he ripped it away from Minka.
No, the first one was almost the first one was, I think. But yeah, when he ripped it away from Minka, that was big. That
That
was
was a one-handed big play, just ripping it away from him.
yeah.
Yeah, but we
But
got
yeah,
to give the Schwam shit. We got to give you shit,
but
Schwam.
yeah, Cowboys, Rams. I mean, Rams again. Just fucking god damn it, Matthew Stafford. I don't know what
He
the fuck is
he
going
may be
on.
washed, Steve.
7 for 125 cup. I mean, I don't know how you can go from what you did last year to all of a sudden washed. Like it should gradually happen. You know what I mean? Maybe he throws 35 touchdowns this year instead of 41. But we don't expect this shit of this is just garbage. I mean,
He
Cooper
won.
Cup,
He won his championship, dude. He's not hungry anymore.
Cooper Cup,
He's
fuck, fuck him. All right, fuck him. I got him on a team. Him and Allen Robinson both. I mean, Ben Skowronek, 6 for 41. Higbee's still doing his thing, 7 for 46. Cooper Cup, of course, is going to get his 7 for 125. Cam Akers, 13 for 33. Where the fuck was Darrell Henderson in the backfield? I don't know. Um, Maybe they were just trying to catch up. I don't know what the fuck the deal is with
I think they're going with the hot hand in the backfield between those two. Whoever's having a better game, but Um, the Rams are not playing good football offensively right now, and I'll give Matthew Stafford a pass this week because he did play that Cowboys D line, and the Cowboys got a really good defense. Micah Parsons was on him all day. DeMarcus Lawrence was on him all day. The the Rams cannot pass block. Matthew Stafford is kind of getting killed back there,
He
but
is.
he also is just not playing good football. It's
Yeah.
Cooper Cup, Cooper Cup, Cooper Cup. He's not going through progressions. He's not throwing the ball. And maybe Allen Robinson is washed too. Maybe we just thought because he was going to a good system in a good situation and he was gonna ball out because we remember the last time we saw a good Allen Robinson. But I guess it wasn't all of the quarterbacks in Chicago. I guess Allen Robinson has lost a step, and I don't know if I would drop him yet, but he's getting close,
Can't
Steve.
play
He's
him. You
getting
can't play
close.
him. I don't play him. I refuse to
You
play him.
can't.
I mean, CD 5 for 53, Gallup 4 for 44, Tony Pollard 8 for 86 with the touch on the big
He
play,
had the big run.
and then Zeke with his useless 22 carries for 78 yards. You need to get Zeke out of here. I mean, it's just so sad that Tony Pollard has half the carries and just like has more rushing yards almost all the fucking time. Um,
Yeah,
they need
but he busted the big run. You know what I'm saying?
he did
He
something
busted the
that
big
Zeke
run.
just can't do anymore. Um,
Yeah, but Zeke is softening up that defense for Tony Pollard. Something Tony
I mean, I
Pollard can't
guess.
do.
I mean, I guess.
No,
No, Tony Pollard runs through that shit. That's why.
no. There's something to be said that when you have two backs like that, one big and one that's just fast and shifty, it's like after you've been getting pounded on by that hammer, you know what I'm saying? For a while, for 22 carries, you're just getting pounded and pounded. You soften up, and then Tony Pollard comes and breaks the big one. So
But
they got a good thing going in Dallas. I would want Tony Pollard before I want Zeke.
well,
But I think Zeke might be in. I mean, probably after this Eagles game. But I think Zeke might have a nice little run left in him. And if you can buy low on Zeke, I would.
I mean, I guess, but just, I mean, fuck, man, Pollard just looks so much better. And then even with the less carries, and it's like, bro, he's breaking them out. I mean, imagine if they give him more carries, what he could do. And I get that Zeke, I guess you can say it's breaking down the defense, but okay, give it to Zeke on fucking 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1. Like, give him those. But they need to feed Pollard a little bit more, I think. But Patrick, I guess to prevent defense, PJ Walker is not a freaking real QB, or somebody would have brought him in to compete, or Carolina would have never brought in Baker. Don't you dare pretend Walker is the thing. Listen, Patrick, Walker is a okay? Walker is a fucking thing. Just
No,
ask
no,
the
no.
NFL about Walker, all right?
I think PJ Walker can play. I think
No,
PJ Walker can
in
play.
all seriousness, PJ Walker, he is decent. He hasn't really had a fair shake in the NFL, I don't think. Not that he's anything great. He's not a fucking world beater. He's not going to come in and save the world, but
But if
uh,
he could be a
not
Tyrod Taylor,
he's better than you think. Stafford ain't washed. The O line is trash. I agree. They don't run enough. I agree also, but they can't when they're down and they can't score. So
mm-hmm.
it's rough to do that. I think Henderson was banged up. Yeah, maybe. I didn't see that, so you could be right there. McVay's failing the team. They need to run it 25, 35 times a game. It would open up the passing game last year. The Rams are missing O'Connell. Look at the Vikings offense and the great. Yeah, I mean, look, the Vikings are passing a lot more now, but Dalvin Cook's still getting 20 carries.
I mean,
Madison's still getting 9, 10 carries, so they're still running it, a decent amount. But yeah, I don't think that the Rams can run it that much. Number one, because they're fucking behind all the time, and number two, they're passing it still, a lot where they don't have time to damn run the ball. And
and the
number
O
three,
line is bad too, though.
they got a bad O line. They don't got great
Yeah,
running backs. I don't love Akers. I don't love Henderson. I mean, Henderson is good, but they don't got, they don't got that. That great guy in the backfield who this is a team again who could go out and draft a guy early, if they need to go grab a running back. But Todd Gurley ain't there no more.
yeah, but that's
You
that
know?
they have to fix the offensive line. They're getting killed up front, and that's why they can't run the ball. That's why Matthew Stafford doesn't have any time, and you never know. I mean, But you do make a good point, Patrick. I think they are missing O'Connell. I think they're just missing the creativity. He's
Mhm.
brought it to Minnesota. You see it. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota's offense is a lot better. It's like night and day from him and whatever Zimmerman was doing. So, what Zimmer was doing. So,
Well,
yeah,
think that teams have almost figured out what the Rams do. Obviously, they're not bringing in any new kind of shit. And teams don't really give a fuck if Cooper Cup catches 10 yards for 150 yards, catches 10 catches for 150 yards if the Rams can't win or score touchdowns. So I think they're playing some kind of a defense where they're just letting Cooper Cup get in the zones and get the underneath shit and like, all right,
and
we'll let
just
you do your thing with Cooper Cup. But if y'all ain't scoring touchdowns, then it don't even matter. Like, you know?
and I think that's what they're doing too. Is that all right? If you want to dump it off to Cooper Cup for 7 yards, go ahead, or 5 yards, go ahead. They're rallying, they're tackling, and they're making sure, they're trying to make sure he doesn't burn them deep. And then on top of that, they're just getting to Matt Stafford a lot more. So it's like, okay, keep throwing it to him, but we're gonna try and sack you as much as we can because they know that they can't block a soul. So I think the Rams have been figured out. You're a little bit right, Steve.
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to buy low on Zeke. Yeah, I don't agree. You and Bagala could have that. I ain't buying shit on Zeke. I mean, if you could buy him for like nothing, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll take him. But I'm not spending anything decent. Come on, Bagala, we're getting along so good. Don't compare Walker to Taylor. I mean, they are similar. They're both like rushing kind of guys. And
Yeah,
or they're more kind of safe guys. They don't take many like chances. I think Walker might take a little more shots than Taylor.
he does. He takes a little bit more shots, but I
But they
think
are.
Tyrod is more of a veteran, so he understands.
Yeah, it's decently similar. I mean, nothing crazy, but a lot of cover 4 and cover 6. You're right, guys. Almost like Tony Dungy's Tampa 2. Yeah, I mean, if it's like fuck it, let Cooper Cup do his thing. Y'all ain't scoring points, so it just
Yeah,
don't.
and as long as he doesn't beat me deep, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, a couple more games here, quick. Eagles Cardinals. That was
Kyler Murray's an asshole.
Murray's a shithead.
He's How do you not know where the sticks are? And you slide before and you slide before the sticks. If there's any time, that's the time where you dive head first and you try and lay your body out there a little bit. I know you're small, but you're on the football field. Just and then Kingsbury, not you didn't know that he didn't get the first down, and then you tell him to spike it. Like it's
I
so
missed
many
it. I
things
didn't even
went
see that.
wrong. Yeah, he had no clue that Kyler Murray didn't slide. Listen, if anything, you don't want to use your timeout, whatever it is, or you don't have any timeouts, ask for a measurement. You know what I'm saying? Ask for the measurement. It was that close. They just rushed to the line. Nobody knew it was third down. Nobody knew he didn't get the first down, and they spiked the ball. And then to turn the fourth down, they had to kick the field goal. It was a mess all over. But Hollywood's still looking good. James Conner is hurt. I knew he wasn't going to be able to repeat what he did last year. It's just once you start giving James Conner more work and more carries, it just he breaks down. That's what he does. And when Edmonds was there, they were kind of splitting a little bit. He had a good season, but this year he does not look the same, and he's banged up. He's injured. This team gets D Hop back, which I think that once he comes back, the offense will open up a little bit more. But right now, it's Hollywood, and if you have James Conner and you didn't get Eno Benjamin, go get him now because he's going to be the starting running back in Arizona if Connors can't go. Connors got hurt and Darrell Williams got hurt. Eno was the only healthy running back that finished that game for Arizona.
Yeah, definitely go get Eno. That's definitely be a good guy to go get. Rondell Moore, if he's out there, go grab him. 7 for 68 on 8 targets. Devonta Smith, 10 for 87. AJ Brown, only 3 for 32. And I think we'll see that it's going to be inconsistent for both. And they might just take turns. I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
I think they will take turns, and I think right now at this point in time, in the beginning of the season, people saw what AJ did. They're starting to take AJ away, and they're making Devonta play one on one. But Devonta can beat one on one coverage consistently, so teams are going to have to find a different way of playing the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely. Jalen Hurts, 15 for 61. Miles Sanders, 15 for 58. Nothing else really there. Jalen Hurts still kind of doing his thing. 2 rushing touchdowns. Patrick says, I don't mind the slide. I mind the spike after it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't see it, so it's hard for me to say, but I don't ever mind a QB sliding to kind of save his fucking life. So, but yeah,
No,
but
no,
you
no, no.
gotta
But
know
you have
it
to
is. You gotta
know.
know if it is short that you need to go up and run a play and not like spike the ball like an idiot, I guess.
You have to know where the sticks are. You got to go get that first down in that
Damian
situation.
Harris is a buy low. I don't agree, Patrick. I ain't messing with no Damian.
Mm-mm.
Stevenson's a beast as he's been showing. Now Harris is going to have the lingering hamstring injury for a few weeks. I don't want any part of it.
He's gonna miss a few games. I don't. Yeah, I
Hamstrings,
don't want any Harris.
hamstrings are dangerous. You never want to mess with them. Them hamstrings just like never go away. It's bullshit.
And like I said, even when he comes back, I don't think he has a big, the same size role that he had before he went out with the injury. I just think Stevenson's too good.
Yeah. All right. 2 more quick. Cincinnati and Baltimore. Baltimore squeaks away with the win. Lamar, I mean, 174, touchdown and into, 12 for 58. JK came down to earth, only 8 for 44, which is why I don't like JK. But Mark Andrews, obviously, 8 for 89 was a beast. Duvernay, 5 for 54. That's really it. Nothing much happened in this game at all. I know T. Higgins played a few snaps, but 12 targets,
That was
7
bad.
for 50 for Jamar Chase, 6 for 53 and a touchdown for Hayden Hurst. So Hayden Hurst, we've been always saying a great guy to go stream and play at tight end. Joe
Mhm.
Mixon, nothing, 14 for 78.
They're
And
just taking Jamar away. They're doubling him and they're taking him away. And the Bengals don't know how to play right now without getting him the ball, or they don't know how to get him the ball. You know what I'm saying? So they tried everything, but Bengals are struggling right now.
yeah, Duvernay, I guess, is really the only guy that's worth maybe picking up there. Um,
Yeah, Duvernay's solid. He already has 4 touchdowns.
Managers that don't have patience, pick up the Mitchells, the Harrises, the Pattersons, the Connors. Yeah, I mean, if you have those guys, you probably shouldn't be releasing them, especially if you have it
Yeah,
on yard slot. So, but yeah, if people are definitely always, it's always good to keep an eye out for that stuff. Yeah, for one, I have the cushion to wait on the number one RB to help elevate me towards the end of the season. Yeah, man, don't panic, Patrick. You're good, bro. Especially with the wide receivers you have, you don't need to really panic.
yeah. Those wide receivers are like they're difference makers.
And then we've got the last game, the final game, the Raiders, the disappointing Raiders against the Chiefs. We had a straight bullshit roughing the passer call where Chris Jones just literally takes the football from David Carr and then falls on top of him, tries to brace his fall, and they call a roughing the passer when he has the ball in his hand.
Well, that's the thing, Steve. I was hearing a lot, and the referee I think came out and said it. They did not see him strip the ball. They didn't even know he had the ball, even though him falling. I still don't think it's a roughing the passer penalty because he does go to brace himself right when he falls. So I don't think he tried to stop himself. So I don't think that's a roughing the passer. But they said that they weren't able to see that he stripped the ball because once he strips the ball, Derek Carr is no longer a passer.
Yeah,
So there shouldn't have been a flag, but they said that they never saw him take the ball. They just saw him hit him because when you see it, he hit him and the ball just kind of goes into his lap, right?
hmm
So they just blew it. They blew it.
well, the way that he hit him, he was going to fall on top of him regardless. And I think that
Yes, it was.
rule is more for if you're deliberately driving them, into the ground. than what kind of just happened there, because he wasn't driving him into the ground or anything. And the problem with that play is, I think they were saying also that they've got to make that roughing the passer reviewable, because the fact that it wasn't reviewable, they couldn't say, okay, it's they have the ball. They couldn't say the Chiefs have the ball. At that point. So, there was no way for them to look at that, which is bullshit. So they've gotta fix that as well, man.
Yeah, well, I think that portion of seeing if there was a turnover should be reviewable. I do not think the roughing the passer penalty itself should be
No, I think
reviewable
it does
because
now.
everything when you slow things down, you kind of can say, well, it doesn't look like
No.
that bad. But where this is coming from is the way Tua got slung to the floor. You know what I'm
But there
saying?
wasn't a pass
When he
interference on that call, and then
there wasn't
they threw the pass interference on Tom Brady on that same fucking play.
the roughing the passer yet.
But this one is different because that it's not reviewable. They couldn't overturn it and say, okay, it's fucking Chiefs ball. And they did the same thing
Yeah,
with the pass interference, where they started being able to review it, and now you can kind of see, and it's just better. So if it is reviewable, I think that one against Tom Brady is overturned. And I think if this one is reviewable, then the Chiefs would have had the ball. So I think that's what they'll go to as kind of a solution for it.
I think that they might try it like they did Paris interference. I don't know. I don't
I'm just
know.
saying, pay attention if matter. Yeah, because the refs are trying to make a decision in a fast period of time, and it's not easy to do that. So they could make a mistake, and you don't want that to cost the game. Luckily, it didn't cost the Chiefs the game, but it could have. Paying attention if managers are released. Yeah, Patrick, definitely you want to pay attention to who gets dropped on the waivers. I love the Hurts AJ Brown stack too. I'm just saying that's the only way I'm surviving. Yeah, well, that's why, bro. That's
It's
the
enough.
reason. So that's why. Just roll with it, bro. Calvo, what's up, man? Appreciate you. What's up, guys? Would you consider Pickens or Gallup over A-Rob? Yeah, A-Rob's done, bro. I'm done with A-Rob. Absolutely done. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
would go Gallup here. I think I go Gallup here.
do you?
I think I go Gallup here. Pickens got a tough matchup with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are gonna be all over Kenny Pickett. I
That is
don't expect him to have any time to throw.
unless
A Rob is just
that garbage time comes in, but
yeah, unless that garbage time comes in. A Rob is he's just so bad, Calvo. I would go with Gallup this week against the Eagles. I think it's gonna be a tight game, really good game. You could see a lot of coverage moved over CD's way. Gallup might have some opportunities in this game.
well, yeah, I mean, Gallup's a wide receiver 2 there, where Pickens is kind of the wide receiver 3, even though he does have a little connection with Kenny Pickett. Again, they are going to go up against that defense, and Gallup is kind of the only other dude that's there. So I think I'm going to go Gallup as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pickens has himself a little game. Nothing crazy, but a decent game. But I
Yeah,
think Gallup, you've got a little bit more upside, I think.
a safer floor.
Yeah, safer floor, definitely. I think so as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with Gallup too. A Rob's out, but Pickens may be a playable guy sooner or later. But I don't think we can kind of trust it just yet, especially going against this
Yeah.
defense and being that it's a rookie QB as well. Like Bagala said, they probably will come after that dude. So anybody over A Rob at this point? Yeah, man, I like Pickens, and Pitts likes that kid. I love him too. I would definitely pick him up and grab him. But as far as starting somebody, I think I'm gonna play Gallup this week. Vision, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. To be honest, they should be able to review every flag. Yeah, definitely, man. To become a less rigged of a game, absolutely. And listen,
Yeah, but that
mistakes, man. There's mistakes, bro. People make mistakes.
but Steve, you got to live with that. That you can't take out the human error, and then once you start
You
reviewing
can
every
take out the human
flag,
error. They took it
no,
out
because
everywhere. They
once
took it out in baseball. They took that shit out, bro.
but once you start reviewing every flag, you fuck up game flow
Well, we're not talking
and
about
things
every
like
flag,
that.
but something like this, where now that we're seeing it's an actual issue, and we need to fix it. We can't let that decide the game. We can't let that, that fucking Tom Brady one was bullshit, bro. This one that happened was bullshit. We can't let that change the outcome of the game. And the only way to do that would be to be able to, review it. And if you do review it, you like we saw, you can see guy tried to break his fall. The guy had the ball in his hand. Like, so that's just not not a penalty, bro. It's just bullshit.
No, it wasn't a penalty, but we can't go as far as
Yeah,
saying
is Barkley's right? This
we
week's
have
matchup
to
is maybe
review.
Gallup, but I have a bad habit of thinking overall. I like Pickens. Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah,
I love
overall.
Pickens over Gallup overall, and as far as the talent is concerned, um,
This week is just
especially in
a
Dynasty.
bad week.
But when we're just talking about just for this week in particular, you got to kind of look into the matchup a little bit more. So, Patrick, you're like me. We can't get enough of this shit. Yeah, man. Everybody's addicted to fantasy. We all are. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, man.
Absolutely.
Jay, what's up, Jay? Thanks for joining in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already there for us. But my dudes, yeah, we're all dudes. I'm a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. Who do I drop? Russ or Gino need to win now. Oh, the irony. Yeah, it is. That
He
is
said,
fucking
"Do I?"
ironic.
He said, "Do I drop Russ for Gino?"
Do I drop Russ for Gino? At
Eh.
this
Can
point,
you drop somebody else?
yeah, if I'd maybe
I
drop
wouldn't
somebody else.
drop
I know
Russ.
Russ. I know Russ hasn't been good, but he can be good very easily, and that's the issue with kind of just totally dropping Russ. Is there someone else maybe you can drop other than Russ? But Gino has been solid. But
He has, but
let's
who do
see
you
if he
have
keeps
more
going.
faith in?
Let's see if he keeps going like that going forward. I
That's
mean,
that.
it's a really rough. Wow, that's rough. I mean, listen, I have Russ in the league, and I wound up picking up golf, and I've played golf the last couple weeks. But that's obviously a better situation than or better than Geno Smith. But Geno's been doing what he's doing right now. I mean, he's not turning the ball over. He's been decent, but I think it's hard to just kind of drop Russ altogether.
It's met hard, and it really boils down to this, Steve. Who do you trust more? Do you trust Russ to get it together and be able to play good football, or do you trust Gino to keep this going? We've
Yeah,
seen
that's
Russ play outstanding football before. He's just hit a really bad stretch with a new team. There's a bunch of things. Gino, he can fall apart at any time, and then you're seeing Drew Lock, and you done drop Russ because the moment you drop Russell Wilson, somebody's gonna pick him up.
yeah. Or he's
The
gonna go
moment
off
he hits me, or he's gonna go off next game, and you won't get him back. So I don't know. I would. You have no choice. You drop somebody else and start Gino, but I wouldn't drop Russ.
Yeah, I don't think I can drop him altogether. Geno's playing safe ball. I mean, he's not gonna throw for 3 touchdowns every week. I'll tell you that right now. But um, he's just gonna be decent for you. Russ is just gonna give you a way higher floor, even though he's been playing like shit. Um,
I think he gets it
Russ,
together.
let me see who Russ is playing tonight. Come on.
Chargers, which is a very good matchup.
Chargers, Jets, Jacksonville, Tennessee. I mean, yeah, I'm not ready to give up on Russ yet. He's still throwing the ball a ton, and he can get some touchdowns. So yeah, I'm not gonna give up on him. It sucks, but kind of just got to roll with it for now. But yeah, if you can pick up Gino, go ahead. Play him until Russ starts getting better. Zach, what's up, Zach? Diggs and Dalvin Cook for Swift, D Hop, and Deontay Johnson. Diggs and Dalvin Cook
No,
for Swift, D Hop.
no,
No. Don't do that.
no, no.
Swift is just about to come back, but D Hop, he's not gonna go crazy and be like a wide receiver one. We saw what D Hop was last year. Ton of touchdowns, but not much targets or catches. Deontay Johnson is okay, but he hasn't been scoring a lot lately. He's always heavily involved. But you've got Diggs, which is number one, almost the number one, top
Yeah,
three wide receiver. So you're not going to give him up. And then Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook just had a great game, and he's been fucking. I've been talking about Dalvin Cook a lot. Make sure you subscribe to us if you haven't already. But Dalvin Cook is a guy that's had elite usage. Elite usage. 20 carries a game, 3 to 5 targets a game. Just hasn't fully put it together. Now he vaulted himself into the top 12 just with that last game. alone. So he's back
You
and looking good. But go ahead, Bagala.
you don't need DeAndre Swift that bad. Like
No,
you have Dalvin, who is a top 10 running back, and Swift has the top 5 number RB overall one, whatever you want to call it, upside. But you don't give up Diggs and Dalvin for Swift. It's just that's too you're giving up too much only for Swift for D Hop, who, like Steve said, is just he doesn't have the time to be a top 10 wide receiver right now. He's not going to go absolutely insane. Hollywood is there. You know what I'm saying? So, and Deontay, he's in a bad situation. I like him. He gets the targets, but no, we don't trade Diggs. Not on this podcast.
yeah, you wouldn't be winning this trade, especially for
Mm-mm.
it says, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think I can take the risk though. I have Chase, Kamara, Evans, Godwin, Waddle, and Saquon too. Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me
it
go back.
doesn't matter. We
No,
still
it
don't
doesn't
give
matter
up
because you're
Diggs.
still not getting anywhere. There's no point to go get Swift if you've got Dalvin Cook. The difference is not great enough to go make that trade. And then to get D Hop and Deontay for what? And give up Diggs when you still got Evans and Godwin? Nah, bro. Your team is
You,
fine. Don't make this trade.
you
You've got Evans,
yeah,
Godwin, and Waddle. You're absolutely fine. And Chase,
you
you're absolutely fine.
you literally probably by the end of the season right now have the RB overall number one and the overall wide receiver one and Diggs and Saquon. Why do you want to break that up? I just don't understand. You don't need that.
And just
You don't
and
need those problems in your life.
God forbid you get an injury, at least you have Kamara, Saquon, and Dalvin, where you're good. And Godwin should start
You're
to pick
trading
up.
for Swift, who's already injured.
Yes, I wouldn't do that. Zach, let me make sure I get back to. Patrick says I don't think you could drop Russ. Yeah, Patrick, I think we're with you on that. Could drop AJ Dillon instead of Russ. No, I wouldn't do that either.
I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, AJ Dillon is a guy who could be a league winner for you. God forbid Aaron Jones goes down. You want to keep a guy like that around. God forbid. It's not worth the difference between Russ and Gino. By the end of
No,
the
it's not.
year, you know, Gino is not going to have a shit ton more points than Russ. He's been playing well right now, but I think it starts to even out. So
Yeah,
I
Russ
wouldn't
is going to be
really,
better.
yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Is there anybody else maybe that you can drop? I don't know.
I mean, if you're thinking about dropping AJ Dillon, everybody else is better than that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
word.
well, even though
No problem,
AJ's
Zach.
not producing,
Anytime, brother. Anytime. Just make sure you hit that like and subscribe for us. Everyone that's in here, make sure you do us that favor. Throw in your questions real quick before we hop off. It's getting late here, but Kenson Paris, what's up, Kenson? Thanks for joining in, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Should I trade Michael Thomas for Kyle Pitts? I only have Tanyan at tight end. Currently have Debo, Drake London, Dubes, and Pickens in a 14-team league. Yeah, so you're in a deep league. Um, I mean, Kyle Pitts
this
hasn't
one's
done
hard.
anything. He's not done any.
He
Kyle
does.
Pitts
He
hasn't done anything. Number one, and he's been uh injured at the other part. Not that Michael Thomas is any different. I mean, that guy. I'm done with Michael Thomas. Everybody who, if you've been watching us, I hate Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
This year,
that's the
sorry.
truth, Steve.
Um,
But at the at the end of the day, they're both injured. Yes, but it doesn't look like Atlanta makes a concerted effort to get Kyle Pitts the
no,
ball.
that's what I'm saying. No, yeah,
And
exactly.
and and at least at the very least, when Michael Thomas is on the field, the Saints are trying to get him the ball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Kyle Pitts is a better talent. He's younger. He's probably going to come back off of injury. Are they going to get him the ball? Are they going to feature him? It doesn't look like it. It really doesn't look like it. So I don't know. This is a tough one.
I would say, is there anybody on the wave? Who's on the waivers, Kenson? I know you're in a 14-team league, so it's deep, but is there a couple guys on waivers? If not, I try and go and get somebody cheaper. I mean, Gerald Everett just had a bad game. Go grab Gerald Everett or something. You know what I mean? There's some decent guys that you can go get for a lot cheaper. Because if you're going to give up somebody like Michael Thomas, you might as well aim higher than Kyle Pitts, but he's not producing and he doesn't seem to be involved. So I try.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're taking a risk on him, I'm assuming by the looks of it, you drafted Michael Thomas to be your wide receiver
Yeah,
too.
let me ask this, Kenson. Why don't you go out and see who needs a wide receiver and see what tight end they have? Zach Ertz is a guy that maybe you can talk that manager into, hey, D Hop is coming back. He's not going to get as many targets. Try and devalue him a little bit. Maybe go after a Higbee. Even a baby Gronk, Fryermuth. I mean, Hayden Hurst, somebody that you can just spend less on, maybe to go and get. But yeah, Kyle Pitts is just not involved enough. I mean, for me.
I mean, if you want to take a chance, I have no problem taking a chance on Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
There's worse people to take a chance on, you know. I mean, and I understand you do not know what Michael Thomas is going to do for the rest of the year, but you do know when he's on the field, they're going to throw him the ball, and in that case, for Kyle Pitts, that's just not the case. But if you want to take a chance, yeah, go for
Well,
it.
yeah, I'm with you there a little bit, but I think my biggest thing with this is that Michael Thomas is literally your best receiver outside of Debo.
That's why I'm hesitant.
And even though Michael Thomas has been injured, then you got to roll with London or Dubes or Pickens every single game. And even though I'm not a Michael Thomas lover, I would rather roll with Michael Thomas than any of those guys on a weekly basis right now. So that's the other part that I think about as well when you're talking about that trade. Henson. I'm loaded at RB. Okay, so can you give up? You're loaded at RB. Can you trade an RB and Michael Thomas to go get a wide receiver? I'm more worried about the wide receiver, the wide receiver than the tight end at this point.
I was just about to say that, Steve.
Yes. Should I trade for a wide receiver with one of my running backs? Yes.
Yes.
Combine one of those receivers with an RB and go and get yourself a wide receiver. Or, I mean, if you can go out and get a fucking Mark Andrews, I doubt it, but that's why I said go get a wide receiver. You got more of a chance to go grab a wide receiver.
Wide receiver is a little bit more deeper, and people are a little bit more willing to give up a wide receiver than a top tight end because the tight end position is just so shallow.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I would go get a wide receiver with maybe, one of those running backs in Dubes. Dubes has a lot of, upside playing with Aaron Rodgers and try and go get a better wide receiver.
Absolutely. Blake, thanks for joining in, Blake. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you haven't there for us. Drop Garrett Wilson or Ayuk for Walker this week.
That's a tough one.
I'd probably drop Wilson, to be honest. I think because it could be any one of those guys there. I think I have more faith in Ayuk than I do Wilson this year. I think
I'm
it's close.
I'm on the opposite side. I love me some Garrett Wilson. I think he's gonna be a stud. I'm dropping Ayuk for Walker. Yeah, I would drop Ayuk for Walker.
Now the Jets just scored how many points?
40.
40 points, right?
Yeah.
What Garrett Wilson do?
He didn't have a big game, but Brees dominated that game.
I think they're pretty even. You can drop either one, I think, at this point. I mean, but yeah, definitely go fucking get Walker. But yeah, for me, I think I like Ayuk better. But
and I'm going with Wilson
better. But yeah, you can drop either one of those guys to go pick up Walker easily and without blinking an eye.
Yeah.
That's a hard one, Blake. I always go with the better team, which means keep Ayuk, but Wilson is explosive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a tough one. Should I trade one for a wide receiver? One. Should I trade for a wide receiver one with my running backs? Yeah, I mean, it depends who you have at running back, I guess. I have Derrick Henry, Fournette, Jacobs, and Ken Walker. Oh, wow. That's perfect. That landed perfectly in your favor. So you can definitely go out there and get you a wide receiver.
Definitely. Maybe try and.
Now, who should you trade? Who would you trade out of those?
Jacobs looks good right now.
Yeah.
Um, I think I would trade Fournette.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
think I'm trading. I think I'm trading Fournette. If I can, I'm trading Fournette and maybe Romeo Dobbs or Fournette. You know, yeah, Fournette and Romeo Dobbs and try and go get a better wide receiver. I think Walker. Well, you could trade Walker. His value is probably as high as it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, I think just you gotta kind of feel out what's out there. They could be a Ken Walker lover that just fucking gives you whatever you want. So kind of feel it
Hmm.
out. But I think
But
Fournette probably has, like you said, Fournette. You don't want to give up Henry, but if I had to give up one, I'd probably feel most comfortable giving up Fournette because I don't think he's going to continue to fucking see the workload that he does and stay healthy. That
yeah,
would be the only
yeah,
reason for me that I would trade Fournette, and because he probably has very high value, especially after the game that he just had, for you to go out and get a fucking stud, wide receiver, combine him
and
with the
I
wide receiver you have. So
and I do think Ricard is gonna start cutting into that receiving work. Any day, any week now, he's gonna start seeing more and more receiver work, and that's just gonna take away from Fournette's value. I think you trade Fournette and Dubes and try and go get yourself at least a wide receiver two, wide receiver one.
yeah. Blake says I have Kamara, Mixon, and Jeff Wilson. Should I trade for wide receiver one? I mean, hold on, I'm trying to get back to the question there. I forgot if there was a question here or not, Blake. Something in there. You have Mick Kamara, Mixon, and Jeff Wilson. The last one that I see from you was just drop Garrett Wilson or Ayuk for Walker this week. Yeah, so you have those guys, and you want to grab Walker. Yeah, definitely
Walker,
grab Walker, and
yeah,
then try and use Jeff Wilson as trade bait. Whoever got maybe Eli Mitchell or something like that.
but
Um,
Jeff Wilson's been good, and I'm not sure if even when Mitchell does come back that he's going to be the guy, given how serious his injury was.
well,
And
that's what
Jeff
I'm saying.
Wilson's been,
That's what he might MO might be question. You know, so who knows?
yeah, maybe, but yeah, go get Ken Walker because I don't know, I really don't like Mixon. He's yeah,
Yeah, rested on my backs and held Walker for the draft. Yeah, absolutely, man. You did the right thing, bro. That's an awesome job. Like I see why you want Walker. I'd ask them. I think IU. Yeah, yeah, definitely go get Walker. Because even if you don't use him, you trade him if you don't need him. So I'm thinking Fournette. Yeah, Kenson, that's where we were with that.
yeah.
Because Jacobs and Henry on bye. Oh, I need Fournette this week because Jacobs and Henry on a bye can't afford a loss. But maybe you do gotta wait another week then. No, bro, Fournette is not the guy to trade. Patrick doesn't like it. Patrick says he'd shoot Henry or Jacobs or Walker, not Fournette. He's on the better team. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I think just we've seen when Fournette gets the workload, he can't stay healthy, and he's not going to continue to see a heavy workload, especially when we
and
saw Ricard White fucking get a bunch of catches.
and this is just for me and Steve have seen two owners, one last year and one this year, that has traded Derrick Henry, and it did not work out for them. And it's not working out for the person that traded him in the offseason in our dynasty league. He traded Derrick Henry in the offseason. He was the defending champ. This year he starts off 2-3. It did not work out for him. I'm not in the business of trading Derrick Henry. It's just that's just me.
And listen, they're all great running backs, but what it really comes down to is, which one is going to break down, which ones are going to break down, and which ones are going to stay healthy and
And
continue to see the workload that they're seeing. Jacobs is seeing an incredible workload. Henry's seeing an incredible workload. Fournette has seen an incredible workload, but then again,
he got
last
Ricard White breathing
like
down his
yeah,
throat.
and
You
Ricard
know what I'm
White is coming
saying?
down there. And last week he wasn't involved for whatever reason. I don't know exactly, what happened, but he wasn't that involved.
And now you got Kenneth Walker with no penny. So he's gonna see a
And
workload.
because Fournette just came off the monster game where his value is like at a peak right now.
Absolutely.
And he plays with Tom Brady, and he's on the better team, so you can use that to your advantage to trade for whoever the hell you want. You
Absolutely.
know?
And you don't want to trade Walker because there's no penny. Walker has a boatload of carries sitting in front of him that he's probably going to get every week.
Ooh. I was offered Justin Jefferson for Fournette and Debo. Don't think that would be a smart trade, would it? JJ for Fournette and Debo. Well, no, this is the team. Well, let me see. Which one is this? Where is this team here?
Yeah, I think this is a team with Michael Thomas.
Yeah. This is a team that
I
doesn't have much
we
upside
yeah
afterwards.
we don't want to trade Debo because if you trade Debo for Justin Jefferson and you give up one of those running backs, you're back at square one with one less running back. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Justin Jefferson is good, and you know, but Debo hasn't broken out yet. He's had one of his signature games, but he's also had, subpar mediocre games, but his floor is so high. It's going to stay at 10, 11, 12 points, even if Debo doesn't have a really good game. So I don't know. I just think trading Debo along with Fournette for Justin Jefferson kind of puts you in the same spot. You have one good receiver, question marks at the other ones, and now you're down the running back in the trading piece. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think you're giving up a little bit too much because, again, like Bagala said, you're kind of be in the same position where you'll have one good receiver, but then you've only got the two good running back, only the three good running backs, and not the four. And if somebody gets hurt, maybe that could hurt you in the long run. So, yeah, I don't think I wouldn't do that. But try and get a wide receiver too. Try and trade, like I said, one of those running backs and one of your other wide receivers so that you can have Debo plus another elite guy. CeeDee Lamb ain't going crazy right now. See if maybe CeeDee Lamb is available. Um, and see what that team needs. See who needs a running back. The easiest way to do it is to go in your league, click on every single team, and see what team needs a running back or is struggling in the running back position. And that's the team you're going to attack, and you're going to take their best wide receiver, or
Yep.
one of their best wide receivers. That's the easiest
Yep.
way to look at it.
Yep.
But
Or another team who is just wide receiver heavy. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
just
or that too. Yeah. But that means they're probably struggling at running back or don't have
they're probably struggling at running back.
or
You're
they
right.
don't have a top running back like they like to. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would do there. I drafted all my backs. I'm thinking wow, Boggle and we disagree. Patrick says he disagrees. But I do think we all agree you're in a good spot. Yeah, definitely. Good job getting them all
Yeah.
them running backs. And Boggle, I meant Richard. Rashad, whatever.
Richard. We're gonna call him Richard.
Patrick wants to take that deal all day, and I love Justin Jefferson. Like I said, it's a tough
Yeah.
one. You're kind of put yourself in the same spot. You can go take that chance. You know me. I love myself some JJ. But I think it would just be smarter for you to trade Fournette and a wide receiver and get a different wide receiver and still keep
To
Debo
pair.
than to
Yeah.
lose
To
Debo
pair.
and just pick up JJ. I think you can get another top
Exactly.
wide receiver while being able to keep Debo and not giving up Debo. And
Yeah. Because
that's why we look at it that way.
yeah, and it's not even really about the JJ Debo who's better or whatever. It's about you getting another top wide receiver, but you're giving away your top wide receiver and you basically losing a trading piece. You know what I'm saying? Basically you're really not upgrading your team because you're just swapping out wide receivers. You swap out a wide receiver and then you give that guy a piece. That's not a good trade.
Yeah.
You're losing a trading piece and you're just swapping.
Derek Carr or Dak Prescott. I'm going with my boy.
If Dak plays,
I like Dak.
yeah, Dak.
Like right now, leave us go. Patrick wants him to go accept it. Yeah, I'm not with it though, Kenson. I was gonna try Fournette for Jamar Chase or AJ Brown. Yeah, see what's out there. See what you can
Yes,
get, man.
yes,
Jamar Chase
yes.
hasn't
I
been
think
great lately. AJ Brown hasn't been great lately. Go target those guys, man.
I don't think you'll be able to get AJ Brown only because he's shown this season the big game potential with Jalen Hurts. But I think Jamar Chase owners are very frustrated right now, and I think you might be able to go get him Fournette and Dubes for Chase. I
Or
think could
something
get
like
it
that.
done.
Yeah, some kind of combination. I thought you meant for JJ and D. Oh, okay. Patrick read it wrong. So I would be able to get CD for sure.
For
For
Fournette.
Oh, for Fournette for sure, as that was offered also. Yeah, man, that's a move that you can go and make. Right now with CD down and Dak not back yet.
I would go make that move. CD's been
That's a
good.
good move. I'd go and do that. I like that move for you there
Yeah,
because you don't lose much at running back because obviously you got the other guys, but now you pick up a top wide receiver
CD
that
now.
gets peppered with targets, and when Dak is back, I mean, we know, they're a top 5, top 10 offense. So
And he's been good without that. So
I stay away from Dallas. Offensive Fournette for Lamb straight up is a little closer. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Um, so there was a no-brainer reject for Debo and Fournette for JJ. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. I do it because you got Dak. That's a good stack. See who has Devontae Adams in a week or two. Try to shoot them Carr for a piece if they need a QB. Yeah, yeah, you can definitely do that as well. Definitely do that as well. But we're going to wrap it up here. We appreciate you guys, everybody that joined in and commented or questioned and came to join us here and hang out. But we appreciate all of y'all. And
definitely.
yeah, we will see y'all on Friday. We'll be on Friday night at 10:30. A
Word.
preview of the games to come during the week, Sunday and Monday. And
A little bit of dynasty talk. We getting the Javante going. We getting
yeah, we could. I want to make separate videos for that though, so
yeah,
we gotta
yeah.
try and do that. But yeah, mahalo from Hawaii. Oh shit, Kenson, that's awesome, brother.
Yeah,
Mahalo.
nice.
I like it. I like it. Where the super chat at? I appreciate you guys. Yeah, we don't got the super chat yet, but it is coming soon. It's coming soon. We're trying to build up the community, try and get everybody in here so we can get a lot more people in here before we can get the super chat going there. Right now, we're here for y'all. We do this for y'all, and we just enjoy fantasy just like y'all. But listen,
Absolutely.
Kenson, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the little notification bell so you can see, when we're going to have a show. But Fridays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, 10:30 p.m. We're on every week. Sunday morning we're on 11 to 12, answering all questions, trades, starts, sits, whatever the hell y'all got. We are here for y'all. So again, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all on Friday. But other than that, we out.
Give me a cocktail fruit.